Manchester United have picked up 1 point in their last two home games. Two home games versus an Everton team that went down to 10 men 10 minutes into the game, and a very poor, awful West Ham side that made Liverpool look good last week. Two games that United should be getting 6 points from, especially when you think of the 10 men Everton went down to. Two games, but after the game, we're all looking at the manager's in game decisions, in game management, and saying, he cost us. I'm not saying the players are perfect, but he cost us. He cost us big time. His calls in the Everton game were 1-0 down for a good 60, 70 minutes of that game against 10 men, and we still play a flat back five with two defensive midfielders, and we never go for it. We ignore the academy players. Today, it's 1-1. He's got Shea Lacey on the bench. He's got Kobbie Mainoo on the bench. Okay, maybe take off a centre-back, bring on an attacking player, see if we can get that winner. Now, I'm just going to bring on another centre-back. To try not to lose football to West Ham, who could get relegated. West Ham are atrocious at home. And do you know what's a disgrace about that? Is if we beat West Ham and Everton, we're on 5 more points this season, and we're in the top 4. Liverpool have fallen off a cliff. Tottenham have fallen off a cliff. Newcastle are struggling to get points in here and there. This is the best opportunity we're going to get in a long time to maybe sneak a Champions League place, sneak 5th place spot in the league this season. Because we got one game a week. Look how tired Crystal Palace were in the second half of that game. That's why we won that game. They were so tired. 9 teams in Europe this season. We have a really good opportunity with Bournemouth falling off. I don't think Sunderland will sustain the level that they've been at this season. We have a really beautiful opportunity to get European football one game a week. And with the players that we have, and if you look at the players on our team versus the West Ham team, we should be outplaying West Ham. But we're not. We're not, because this manager is making every player worse. Because this manager does not have a clue. I tried to be positive. I tried to back him. I tried to say, well, actually, give him time. If we win that game, we're 5th. But when it comes to that game and we win to win, where we can go 5th, we don't win the game. And then when we look at why we're not winning the game, oh, the manager's made this call. The manager's made this tactic. It is the manager. Where have the standards gone? I'm someone, I backed Ten Hag for the whole tenure. And the reason I backed him was because of the trophies he won, because of his first season. And I said, we need to give managers time. We need to give them 3 years. We need to stop this cycle of backing managers. But Ten Hag brought a bit of time, coming third, winning a Carabao, winning an FA Cup. Yeah? Ruben Amorim had, for me, a lot of money spent on him this summer. Brought 3 really good attacking players in, who he's limiting, and the system limits. He let Spurs win their first trophy in 15 years. Is Andrew's only winning the last 9 months of football? We came 15th. Ruben Amorim hasn't done anything to deserve more than a year. I think he's been lucky to get a year. Because under Ten Hag, we were bad. But we were 6th to 8th place bad. Under Ruben Amorim, we're a different level of bad. For a year now. When you look at the Premier League table over a year, we'd be 14th out of 17 teams. Because you've got to look at the teams that haven't been in it. It's atrocious. It is absolutely atrocious, the football we play. And if you call out Amorim, you get called toxic. I'm sorry. If Amorim had come third last season and won the Europa League and done something great, he would get time with me. Because I'm not saying sack Amorim, go to a 4-3-3 and we're going to get top 4. I'm not saying that. Yes, the players need to up intensity. Yes, the players make silly mistakes. Yes, the players switch off. Yes, we need this midfielder. Yes, we need this player. But this manager has to do something to show he should be backed. The Manchester United way is attacking football, going to win games, trying to entertain the fans, and bringing on the academy, using the academy and giving chances to the academy. This manager is not doing that. I don't care if we win that game, we're 5th. I don't care if we won the last couple of games, look how close the league table is. That's not because Amorim's been great that we could have won today and gone 5th. That's not because Amorim's doing a good job this season we could have won today and gone 5th. It's because we've literally, the league is so tight that any team that can get their act together can go 5th and sneak 5th. And when you look at the other teams and when you look at us and you look at the games we've had, we should be on at least 5 more points. When you look at the points dropped to Forest, when you look at the points dropped to Tottenham, who are bad, when you look at the money spent, the players we have on the pitch, 1 game a week, and then you look at actually what we did and then the tactical decisions in game, I do look at the manager for a lot of it. We need control. He brings on Agati. Agati brings chaos, not control. We need a goal. He brings on Leacher when he's got Shea Lacey and Maynor on the bench. This is not the Man United way. I can't back a manager that is anti-Manchester United. That is anti-attacking. That is anti-scoring goals. I've tried to back him. I've tried to get behind him. I've tried to be patient. I'm quite patient. If you follow my channel for a while, you know I don't turn on managers. You all see how patient I was when Ten Hag, when everyone was calling him out. But Ten Hag almost got a bit more time on me because of the use of Kobe and Garnacho in the FA Cup. Ruben Amorim is ignoring the young players, is calling out the young players, is misprofiling the squad. This Man United squad is good enough to get 5th place. I actually believe it when I'm looking at the league and how close it is and the mistakes other teams are making. But they won't with Ruben Amorim because every opportunity we've had to close the gap, he's messed up tactically. And look, there's games where I think Ruben Amorim's got this tactic spot on and been unlucky, like the Arsenal game. I don't think we deserve to lose. But when you actually look at it deeper, we scored the most set-piece goals in the league. We could have lost to Forest and lost to Spurs if it wasn't for Ahmad's brilliant goal and De Ligt's set-piece. We could have lost those games. We almost lost to Burnley. Burnley feel they were robbed versus us or dropped points to Burnley. Brighton was a good win. The only sustainable win is Sunderland. When you look at our wins, 10 men Chelsea. Liverpool at the post multiple times. We didn't do anything in the second half. We were crap in the second half. Good Bruno cross, good Maguire header. Boom, we won the game. Great. But we're not playing sustainable football. Even the Crystal Palace turnaround, the second half was really good. When we were a different level of intensity, but also Crystal Palace have played midweek and their legs are gone. So we should be like that. And we should be taking advantage of that against the 9 teams that do play midweek. But if you look at the goals we scored versus Crystal Palace, Xerxes not going to score another goal like that again. Mount isn't going to score many goals like that. Our goals are like individual brilliance or set pieces. When you actually think of it, in open play, are we creating chance after chance after chance? Are we testing the keeper? No. Are we winning games because we've got better players than the opposition and we've got 1 game a week and we've got an advantage over them? Yes. It's not because the manager's done this or that. The manager, and I'm being honest, is not getting the best out of our players. You can't deny that. I said this now. No youth is being brought through. Maynor is being ignored. We need control. Agate does not bring control. When we played Everton at home, there was 5 defenders on the pitch and he wanted his 2 midfielders to sit deep. When we had 1-0 down to a 10-man Everton side and wonders why that game could have lasted 5 hours and we wouldn't have scored. Remember the Europa League final? The Europa League final could have gone on for 500 minutes and Tottenham would have won that 1-0. They just would have. It's not just we're dropping points in these games. Because some people will say if we win, we could be 5th and we could get European football. Like, look at the league. Look at the football we're playing. As a Man United fan, can you tell me you like this football we're playing? There are Man United fans that are blindly backing Amorim, that every time I say something negative about Amorim, they call me toxic. I'm not saying a new manager comes in and wins us the league, but I'm just saying a new manager can make this team play a lot better than it is because I think this team is a lot better than how it's playing. You cannot tell me if you blindly back Amorim that you like the football Man United play. Amorim does not get the best out of Cunha. He does not get the best out of Mbumo. He misprofiled Xerxes. We have one of the best number 10s football has ever seen. One of the most underappreciated players in world football, and Bruno Fernandes, who is an absolutely world-class player, that if you went to Manchester City and played as a 10 in Pep Guardiola's system, we'd be talking about as one of the best Premier League midfielders of all time. I think Bruno Fernandes is absolutely world-class, and he plays him as a 6. Delo is a right-back, played as a left wing-back. Luke Shaw is a left-back, played as a left centre-back. Managerial is a right-back, played as a right centre-back. The only actual centre-back on the pitch was 19-year-old Aiden Heaven, who I don't think was that bad, but he had the yellow card. It was the right call there. He got that call right, Amorim. We have Xerxes, who's good at dropping deeps in the pockets, get in the box, be a target man, we'll put crosses into you. We are misprofiling so many players. Ahmad at wing-back when he's a winger. We are misprofiling so many players. And then when we need to control a game and see a game out, you've got a player like Hobby who can keep the ball. I thought Xerxes was doing a really good job at just keeping the ball in the final third and holding it up. You take Xerxes off, he brings Mr. Chaos on Agate, and it's 1-1. And it's not like we absolutely outplayed West Ham. We should have been 3-0 up and they made it 1-1. Because if that happens, I'm like, we're unlucky, but actually Amorim got his tactics right. Did we outplay West Ham? No. Yes, the ref was rubbish. Yes, Wan-Bissaka put in the performance of his life. But this is a manager that sits and does the same thing over and over again for a year, then goes, I'll change the centre back and hope the team up intensity. The tactics limit our players. Is he improving the players? No. Is he integrating the youth? No. Is he creating something where you can see a future for the young players? No. Is the football entertaining us? No. Are the results good enough? No. Has he been here a year and had enough time to at least show something to back? Yes, and he's not. He has to go. He has to go. I'm excited saying, look, all we got to do is beat this rubbish West Ham side and we can go fifth. You know, Everton was a disgrace, but with the win versus Palace, what we saw in the second half, maybe we can bounce back. We've got Wolves next. Wolves haven't won a game all season, so we probably win that game. He probably stays in his job till the end of the season because he gets a win versus Wolves. Yeah? And I hope we beat Wolves. But if we lose to Wolves and he's not sacked, that is a disgrace on Ineos. Because that would be sackable. The only reason Ineos haven't sacked him is because they sacked Ten Hag, brought him in, and don't want to admit that they got it wrong. We've got worse since Ten Hag was sacked. Yes, the squad is bad, but look at the money that's been spent. There's too many excuses for Ruben Amorim going around. You look at the players that we have, we could play much better football than we're playing. He's done the same thing for a year and he's had a year. I cannot defend this guy. I know a win and we fifth. I know we could win against Wolves and maybe go fifth and go up the league with everyone else dropping points. This is the best opportunity we're going to have in a long time to scrape European football with one game a week. With how, Liverpool aren't going to be this bad next season. Tottenham are going to be better next season. Newcastle are going to be better next season. This is our really good opportunity to get back in European football, which we need if we're going to try and get Elliot Anderson or Adam Wharton. I don't think this manager can get the best out of these players and has a tactical clue because the football isn't sustainable. If I was seeing sustainable football and good performances, I could get behind it even with iffy results and say, look, it's on the players. But it's not. Most of it is on the manager. I think a manager could come in, profile these players to their strengths and nick fifth place, which could be Champions League. And that's not going to be Amorim. He's got to go.